I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Play Tropico 5, the last game in the series I haven't played on the channel yet. From what I can tell, it's basically to Tropico 6 what Tropico 3 is to Tropico 4. It's kind of its own separate era, along with Tropico 6. So let's start a new game, play in Sandbox mode, and start a new Dynasty. So the Dynasty is, I guess, perpetual. The characters that come up as you play through, as long as you're playing in the Dynasty, you will use those characters in whatever game you decide to play. As long as it's Sandbox. I'm not sure about the campaign. I don't play the campaigns in these games. Taking a while? Okay. Wow. So it starts you off randomly here with your characters. It also gives you Dynasty members random. You can change those. Let's just, for funsies, not do that. Because what the hell is this getup? So we got Shimen Gaz is our Presidente. Although maybe we want to change the skill. Cheapskate, construction's cheaper. Global effectiveness of production buildings. You know what? Let's do that one instead. Yeah. Okay. And then we got all this stuff. We will just leave it. We'll leave it as is. Okay. So generated map in the colonial era. Starting population. I like to keep all this stuff easy as peasy because, yeah, why not? Occasional disasters, I think, is probably the median. Okay. Sure, we'll start. Taking a while to load. Okay. So, map design for this is it's a little wonky. Okay, these are mines right here. So we do have a mine starting out here. We start out on a plateau, which is not great, but it does have a few things going for us. Not this at all. Overlay. Okay, for one thing, it protects me from tsunamis, which is great. But it also dramatically... Oh, hey, there's a gold mine there, too. Dramatically limits some of my build area. The hilliness... This is just regular hilliness, by the way. This is not high elevation. The elevation mapping for these islands is a little bit harder to build on. But I guess this will do. This also gives me access to coffee. We're going to end up having to take it out here, aren't we, to get our food. Cotton. Okay, well, better pasture land anyway. It looks like we'll be making our food out of pasture. We do have cash crops up here. Down here we don't have very much build space. So, first thing I'm probably going to want to do, actually, is go up here, to be honest. Corn. Okay, we can build some corn up in here. So yeah, we have options here to expand. You'll see there's this fog of war, and we do have the option now to send out an exploration unit. Eventually, we can get a ranger unit, and they will automatically explore the map, which is ultimately what we want to do. But for my first expedition, I might want to come down here so I can utilize this and expand my coastline, because right now I don't have much coastline to build upon. But actually, I think I will send them up here to explore this plateau a little bit more, especially since we have another potential gold mine. You don't know until you actually uncover it. But for that gold mine, for sure, and the fact that I can click on it means it's fully explored, so I can actually build to it. So I will be doing that. But we'll want to open this up because that's actually a lot of flat land. I can put my industry and whatnot over there, although it's going to take much longer. I guess I could drive a road down here to connect up to the dock. Actually, I could put a dock over here. You want to have multiple docks in this game anyway. It's actually pretty vital to open up trade routes. So I guess that's my first thing. Let's grab you. Let's have you explore. Should we explore all the way to the mine? Then it'll sweep through here. I saw this was good for corn, so why don't we do that? Set you up over there. Let's see. I think I have to set the game to go. Let's not do that just yet. So we start out here with a farm, or a ranch rather, and it is pigs, which is actually good for this area. It's not always like that. It really depends upon the map. And that Presidente? Looks like that's Presidente. Okay, well, I think the first obvious choice. Well, the first obvious choice would be building that mine, actually. It's going to be a little bit longer to get there, but it's ultimately the better thing to do. Do we have that unlocked, though? No. We have to unlock that through technology. So, that's not the first thing we'll be doing. First thing we'll be doing is trying to find probably some food. Pigs will provide some food, but let's go back to the overlay here. Okay, so I can put corn here, put corn here. Then what? Some cocoa up in here. Banana. Actually, banana would be good there. Put a banana there. Possibly a corn here. I want to keep some of that for cash crop. We got some... Okay. So basically what I'm looking at here is I want to expand the city maybe to there. And then everywhere outside of that is going to be crop. Possibly another layer here. Definitely here. Put another block here. You just have to look at that expansion now. Okay, I know what I want to do. Let's get that road in. Let's see, maybe we can grab you like here. Ah, good. Sweeps in there. So the game is a little bit different in how it's worked previously. You were very much snapped to a grid, an invisible grid. Which makes things nice and tidy, but boy, as we can see with some of the buildings, the way they've got it, they will butt right up against each other. There is no space between the buildings now, so you're gonna have windows facing right into walls and clipping through and all sorts of stuff. But whatever, I guess it keeps it nice and orderly. Okay, so we got that going. Let's get that first farm. See, was there a way down over here? Not really. So I guess I'll just drag a road straight to it. Just cut it in half. Okay, and then you're going to need a farm. So, because we are in the colonial era, just like in, damn it, just like in Tropico 6, the first thing we're going to want to focus on mostly is food and export production. Okay, well, we could do bananas. I'm going to lose probably a little bit of crop if I go much further than that, so put a banana right in there. Put a corn. Actually, corn could be fine right next to it. Pineapple. Do I have pineapple up here? I do. So there's a little bit of an exploit you can use. Maybe we won't, because it looks like we could probably get more going up there. A little bit of an exploit you can use with the upgrades that I think were in Tropico 6 that probably work the same in Tropico 5, since they are in fact the same, essentially. What if... Okay, I'm going to put it there. What if I just used this? Now I could push it back. We're not getting maximum here, but I'm trying to see where I want that road. So basically that tree right there. Yeah. Basically that tree. Ah, hell, you know what? I'm just going to put it here. Although, wait a minute, was that? Nah, okay. We'll go ahead and put this one here. About. Those trees are really, really in my way. I can't see where that grid is. Okay. Right there. So now that gives me an idea where to put this road. It is right beside it. We got our first little development block there. Now we can create, it's not what I want at all, dock, corn, like that. So it does shorten it, and I'm not really sure actually if it's better maybe to do a longer field into a worse zone, or have it all. Because it's going to affect efficiency no matter what. But alternatively, if I leave these little 4x4s, they could potentially become ranches. So let's actually do that for the sake of organization. Okay, that's probably enough to begin with. We are going to need some homes. And first thing I actually want to do, come into military, put a guard tower. So this game basically will exploit the fact that you don't protect yourself. So if I don't put any watchtowers down, I'm going to almost immediately be attacked by pirates. If I do, I may not ever get attacked by pirates. So I'm going to put a couple of these down. Let's put that right there. Okay, and then, yeah, I think for now, that'll be good, and then we'll build this mine up here as soon as possible. It'll tell me.
Greetings, old
Okay.
chap. Have I got a deal for you today? As Crown Representative, I can offer you your very own trading license.
Yeah. Well, I am tempted to have this additional trading offers right away. But because of the dock that I've got, I can only have one offer to begin with. So I think what this does is it gives me more variety. And since I've, right now I've only got coffee as an export, I might want that. I'll have better chances of getting an export on that. But it is also a lot of money. You know what? We'll do it fine. So that's actually the first thing I need. First thing I need to open up is potential exports. So we could export bananas, we could export meat, wool, and tobacco. Now this is that's with the West India Company. Logs. Okay. So I don't have the coffee, so I'm going to have to make a choice here. I could do my pig meat, but we kind of need that. And I do have the bananas growing, so I could do that as well. But I think it would be better to just do an actual cash crop. So let's see if we can get either a wool ranch or tobacco before we make a choice here. Overlay. Okay, so wool comes from llamas. Perfect. We could set up a wool situation right here. In fact, if I set it up here, I can potentially put the whole industry, like the textiles industry, in this corner too. Although, maybe not. I should probably actually not do that. I should probably have industry down here where it's closer to the dock, but also not taking up valuable land. And then tobacco. So we could put the tobacco over here. Now that would just be a straight thing to do. I would just need one plantation, and then it just takes tobacco straight as is. I don't need to go through anything else. The wool too, but the wool is not, I don't think, as valuable individually. Let's look at that trade again. So price per unit, we'd get more, and we would have to sell less to accomplish this too. Now, actually, I don't think, now that I think about it, what this is the maximum. So, like, we'd end up being able to sell more overall. Because I don't, like, this would complete the contract, but I think we can sell up to, because there's no way at this point in the game I'm going to sell 36,000 units of any of this stuff. What that ultimately means is that your ship will be busy on that trade route until it is completed. But I think what we're seeing is that overall, the price is higher and requires less goods, fewer goods to complete. I think that's the way I want to look at this. So we'll go ahead and do this one. We'll add a ship to this, and then we'll come in here and we'll put down that little tobacco plantation. Which I guess I can just put right up. Well, again, if I space it, that's 4 squares worth of stuff that I can put a thing in, just for a sacrifice of a few squares of tobacco. Or you just do a full farm. full ranch, plantation, whatever the hell this thing is. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do that. Eventually, a lot of this stuff is going to get destroyed and redeveloped and all that.
His Majesty needs money to build a new underwater palace. He wants you to begin growing money. I mean, one of those crops that make heaps of cash.
Okay. We need to build cotton. Yeah, so a lot of this stuff is going to go away, and that's because of like soil erosion and all that stuff. But also just because they will eventually evolve into a different type of plantation. What am I doing? Okay. So this one, we already did that. We did that. You guys are going off to explore. Now, I should probably build another house here. Or several, actually. I think we'll just wait a little bit. Now, that cotton plantation can go anywhere. Okay. In fact, we can put it right next door to this. Perhaps in a different angle. So if I do put it right next door, we're losing out on one. Which, you know, no big deal, really. Yeah, overall, I think that's a better idea. Okay. Got our cash crops going over here. We will be fine. Gotta wait for our construction office to do its thing. Since I just started out the Dynasty, I no longer have a manager available to me. Well, I do have one landlord. Increases housing quality of nearby residences. Well, maybe not there, although I don't know what the radius of that is. It would help improve there, and if I start building houses right here, that would actually be a good place to put it. But that's the only benefit we get from that management. Is it? I don't know what that sound is. Clearly coming from there, though. Okay, I think we can boost this. So we don't start out in too good a standing. 28% approval rating of how I'm handling this right now. But that's okay. Okay. So, is there anything I can do just yet? I don't think so. No, we need to do a little bit of research. And we will be told to build a library. But I would rather wait on that.
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor. We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
Yeah, okay. So now we'll build that library. And then I can start searching towards all the good upgrades. 4,000 buccarinos. But let's put that right about here. Because then I can still have... I think I'll make this like the central housing area since it will be going towards a lot of the industry. This can kind of be our front. I don't think I can move the palace, which is really weird because sometimes the map will, you know, generally generate a pretty rural looking thing. So like you'll have your main port and then you'll have, you know, your presidential palace faced off in some really weird directions surrounded by farms and shacks, and you can't do anything about that. The map generation is pretty wonky. Okay, you know what, that's fine. Put it on that same street. So that is banana. Good for local consumption there. Only got 2 people working there. Okay, we are going to need some homes. So let's see here. The mansion is a better quality, obviously, than the country house, but it's also enormous, and you know, it might actually be all right to be here. We don't have anyone who could live there right now, though, I don't think. So now we have to just spam down a bunch of these houses, but it's kind of a good spot for something. Not much, though. But I could put a house out here, or a few houses, so the people at least living nearby could be there. But then again, you know, if we're going to do... I don't know, I kind of want to put a bunch of tenements there. I think that'll actually be better. So why don't we do... Well, let's see. Let's first of all come in here. Happiness. And we got 10 people who need homes. So we're going to build like 3 country homes here. I don't know what would be better. Just to stack them like that or this way. Maybe we can fit a lot back here. Another thing about the country houses, these little gardens are not just for decoration. The country home does actually provide food for the residents there, so it takes a burden off of your overall production. It's good. Oh, and looks like they already went. Okay, we have a bauxite deposit. Okay, that's profitable, I guess. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tell them to prioritize that. I could quick build it. I think I'd like to save my money a little bit. But once we start getting that, then I can work towards the mine, and the mine is where I'm really going to make my money early on, so it behooves me to actually get that going. Then, we have this really awkwardly shaped 3x1 space in here, and that's perfect for the tavern. So, yeah, it's going to be really awkward, just having all these buildings smashed together like this. I guess we don't get to have something nice. This is more about maximizing efficiency of space and all. So we'll put it right here. At least now they'll have some place to go. And that will hopefully raise their happiness, which right now is... Okay, well at least we're doing better than everyone else. Food variety, okay. They have no healthcare, they have no entertainment, liberty, no religion. Gotta get all that crap going here. Sometimes we'll be told, hey, build it, we'll reward you, and other times you're on your own. Most of the time, though, just like with the library, that happens right away. Just like Tropico 6, the whole colonial thing, as I said, is about making money and using that to extend your mandate for as long as you can, as long as you can stand it, so that you have money for the next era, and boy, is it going dark. Okay. So now, I don't know that we have anybody of a college education. Sometimes you get lucky and you randomly get a bunch of people. How can I look at that? This seems to be a lot less detailed than previous games. I don't know how to tell who is intelligent and who is not. I don't remember where that's at. But we'll just assume that probably not, so I'm going to have to go ahead and hire somebody. I think by default, we do not consume cash crops locally. Whereas here, for food, you can say whether or not you want to keep it. People.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
So we could certainly use the money. We've gone down quite a bit, but I think that once we get those mines up and running, we'll be fine. So really right now, the most important thing is a mandate extension. One foreign worker arrived. Now we have the library. Is that the front? I mean, I guess it is. Good. So now we can do research, and we need to do mines right away. 13 months.
Your family's rather rollicking love life has led to an unexpected pregnancy.
Okay. So here's where we get our first Dynasty member. I do believe. Building a new Catholic mission in 9 months. Organize a quick wedding. I mean, is this required of me, or is this going to give me... It doesn't look like it's going to give it to me free, and we do need to build one anyhow. We're not going to pay that, so I guess we have no choice. We need to build a new Catholic mission in 9 months. So we'll do that. Boy. Yeah, that's not going to fit there. Well, I mean, down and up in the front here is kind of this whole area. Development for like civic buildings and whatnot, though I did say I wanted to extend a new area up in here. Housing development. So why don't we put it kind of central to where I think I'm going to put a lot of the houses. Put it right here then. Okay, got those houses built. Are people even living there though? Not yet. Okay, they do look to be farmers though. Plantation of cotton. Okay, so they work over here.
Freedom will never simply be given to us. We must take it by force. We need to train our own soldiers. Soldiers that are ready to fight and die for our homeland.
Research the trigger. Get revolutionary support. Okay. That's not for a while. But we will need that. And we will have the option for independence later. We can either pay that off or fight for it. And we're going to pay for it, so I'm going to need money.
His Majesty has commissioned the finest architects to design his new underwater home.
As the air was born, all animals became quiet. A light shone through the skies, and La Chupacabra herself went to the crib and bowed to the infant. At least, that is what we will write in the history books.
Okay. Well, the obvious choice here is mining and oil deposits depleted slower. The magnet. Swiss bank account. I do think that we can buy things with the Swiss money. So having some in the account is important. Actually, maybe things unlock with Swiss bank, or was that Tropico 4? Construction speed also important. Probably much more useful later on down the line, but for right now, since I plan on opening some mines, we want those making money as long as possible. For air, Margarita Gaz here, who has seen better days. Secret agent costume. Okay. Could I... Doesn't look like I can make her look like she's not my grandma, but okay. We can customize a little bit. This is, well, you know what, she had a traumatic, I mean, even the back of her head. I don't know, maybe she's a burn victim or something. I don't know. This doesn't make sense much in the game. We will not select her because that would make her primary Presidente. So I think we just exit out, is how this goes. Okay. Now this, so we did have the landlord. Increases housing quality of nearby residences. Again, I don't know how far that goes. I don't think it touches those guys. Do we want to add that in now, though, if I'm adding a bunch of houses? I should. Well, okay. Maybe I don't. I was going to say I should have enough houses by now, but I guess we don't. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to grab you for the manager. Oh, wait. Got a new manager. Generates research points proportional to the building effectiveness. Should I just put you in here? So building effectiveness is improved by budget. Where do I see that? Effectiveness is only 33. So like if I found the most effective building ever and shoved that in there, I think they would just start generating research points. I don't think they have to be in a research point building. Might be wrong about that. Because the church definitely doesn't do that. So why? Oh, because we're not full, that's why. That's why. Efficiency is also, I guess, tied to... Or effectiveness. Effectiveness is tied to how many people are working there. Whether it's full or not. And then this affects efficiency? It's one of the two, I don't remember. See, this is putting off 16 research points, though. I don't know. Generates research points. Monthly base is 10. So just by themselves. You know what? We can always swap them. So why don't we put somebody in here and just see if that generates... Suddenly shows that it's generating points. I think I can do that. It doesn't require me to fire them, does it? You know what? Let's do somebody I know I'm going to put in first, and then we'll come back. We'll see what options it gives me, because I am a little bit nervous about that. Where are we on this? 6 months on the shovel. Okay, we'll wait. But we do need more houses. So, see, and a grocery, providing food. Well, we do need that, but right now they'll wander over here or to here. There is no food here, though, so I guess we could put one in this area, or wait until I build that road up a little bit. Let's just work on the houses right now. That is not houses. That is not houses. Houses. Okay. Well. Left myself a really awkward space here. And a decision. Do I want to run that road up there? Rather pointlessly, although it would shortcut it. And then that would allow me to... I mean, people will walk to the houses anyway. I better leave myself a little bit of space, actually. We'll go ahead and build 3 more houses right up against the mission there. Because I can always use that to turn a building into. I need to. It's going to look a little haphazard for a while, I guess. We are at least exporting money. How's the money situation, ultimately? Okay, so construction, as always, is the bane of my existence early on. Right now, though, corruption is a problem. So corruption, I guess, is tied to the Constitution, which we do not have yet. By default, you just have like a 10%. And I think that that's just something we're going to have for a while because of the options I will take. Just going to be completely filled up on it for a while. Do we have access to a clinic yet? No. That's World Wars. We are gaining quite the population here. Probably build a few more houses out here too, actually, just so that they are nearby. Sizes space a little bit nicer. Okay, well, I mean, we can just keep doing this. Lot of singles. Part of the problem here. I do also kind of need housing over here. Clearly, we're having an issue with that. Oh, well, we can build a few back in here, which I may as well because am I going to use this for? Let's see, we'll probably want to do farm upgrades next. And then that'll give me the 2 that I can do the trigger. I've only got the 1 ranch right now. Eventually I will want more. Particularly for the wool production, which is good here before all that disappears. But,
Our research team, that is to say me, discovered the shovel 40 times. If I find out who put it there, I will kill him. Anyway, I gave it to the miners so they can put it somewhere safe. Like, underground.
Good. That's what we want. We want that sickle to be going next, though, because we want to start doing the upgrades for these guys so that we don't just completely waste all of the fertility in the area. But what we need to be doing now, before we run out of money, build a nice old mine right up there. I mean, we could do iron as well. This is the important one right now. Where are we at? Unemployed 7. Okay. Let's see. We can probably do something like that. That just goes straight to that? It does. I think I have to rebuild that. I'll just do a wiggy like that. Like, once I put a mine there, I don't think that stays connected, so I will have to rebuild that. But for now, anyway, we've got that. And then we'll probably want to build a few houses up here for the people that work here. So they get all uppity about that. Actually, perhaps a transport building up there? That's not that. Teamster's office. How about we build the Teamster's office close to here, I guess. That way it's kind of in the middle of where it needs to be. Come in, we'll build houses up in here. Well, build 1. Doesn't like the terrain up there for sure. Let's build housing in the back. Allows me. Okay. Now that'll be good enough for now. I think we've got the housing situation handled. We'll want to prioritize that. Hopefully everyone will start finding their level. And finding homes and stuff and being happy. Boy, they really screwed up in the interface thing by putting this in its own little tab here instead of on the front. Just the one click being able to see what's going on with the building was very nice. We have cleared out some of those houses, though. Those shacks, rather. Houses down here. These people are growing bananas.
Independence must be every Tropican's ultimate goal. But
Okay.
you can't expect us to fight a revolution on an empty stomach.
And for a grocery. Now the thing about that, like for the people that are about to live up here, having a grocery over on this side would be far more useful. So maybe I want to build it up here in anticipation of an expansion housing. Is that? Let me just have a look here. Okay, so that road would actually go there and allow me another plantation here. Let's just do it. I don't know. That does scoot right by there. Okay. Oh, fine. Probably want to end up cutting that in half. Just for transportation's sake. Boy, you don't like that. No. going to look ugly no matter what. And the problem here is that I can't really utilize janky space. The decorations, at least for now, are not very robust, so it's not a lot of good space filler. Alright, well, it'll be like that then, I guess. And then we will grab the raw resource? No. It's not entertainment. Where the hell was it? I guess it's the raw No. Kidding me. I literally just saw it. There you go. Yeah, so it's all kinds of weird here. But whatever. Maybe I can put I cannot. Yeah. Alright, well whatever. It's just how it's gonna be. I do still have people. Okay, well, we're at least making them mines now. Good. What the hell is that? 20 citizens have arrived in Tropico.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the Empire.
Now that I've got the mines up, we'll just again pick the mandate. 20 citizens is going to be a little bit of a problem, mostly because of trying to find housing for them. But I think maybe we should open up the industry. Go ahead and build that. Guess we'll get some people in down here. Be able to move up here a little bit better. Okay, we do have some product here that we can move out now. Now I saw that for some of the industry, I also had access to a creamery. Milk. Milk is produced... Well, okay, I guess we need to look at the overlay.
Thanks to your efforts, the revolutionary movement is growing stronger.
Okay. We're going to go for the revolutionaries, because obviously we want to build support for independence, plus they will be educated citizens, which will allow me to fill in the other stuff. Alright, before I go thinking anything else right now. So, cattle? Goats. I think it's goats produce the cheese. So we could also put a goat farm down here. Or along over here. So let's see, llamas. Llamas will also go over there. Okay, so at least we have something we can mix and match. In fact, this is a pretty good place for just all-around ranching. But, if we do goats, maybe over here we can also add like the creamery, start getting that industry going, because I don't have access to... Yeah, I can't make the cigars yet out of my tobacco. And I don't have access to a textile mill. I won't have that until planks. But that also deals with wool as well as cotton, I believe. So right now we want goats because we can make a creamery from it. So that's the thing. And then I guess I could get started on the lumber, heading towards furniture, but that's not until Cold War, so that's actually a ways off. But before that, let's go to manager and put our magnate into here. Now we have a little bit of a bonus. Hooray! Now, if I go click you and click someone else, okay, okay, good. So we have educated people coming in. I'm thinking that will fill in, I hope. And since I wanted to put more of the housing around here, I think we'll continue with this idea. Even though the efficiency is better now, or effectiveness is better now, and therefore I would gain more bonus from the inventor. I think I'm going to put the landlord in there. We'll assume that the educated people are going to come here, and we'll just add the inventor to that. So landlord, hire, and manager, hire. Good. Yeah, so since that's above here instead of down here, I would assume, and has, yeah, it's not on there, I would assume this is just them. So whatever building I put them in would have probably been enough, and I could have done more, but whatever. We're going to get there. Now you, education is high school, okay, so it's possible that those 3 people coming in, they might go there instead, because I don't know which education they're going to be. So that could be a problem. But for now, I think we're doing okay. Balance is positive. Exceeded the expenses, and the corruption has actually gone down a little bit, so that's nice. Highest budget category. Okay. We are making meat, so we are actually exporting pigs. It's not set to only export, though. So we are consuming locally, so that means that... Oh, okay. Oh, well, no wonder we're selling it. We're very much producing more than that. Cool, cool. Where's our... Whoops, not you. Not you. The research, the middle one, thank you. Okay, so sickle will be here in a few months. We can get that. And then we'll get the trigger, which will do that. The foreman productivity skills. Well, now that I do have a few, we might want to do that. But I think next we'll go into ranch, because I do, like I said, want to expand into the goats and creamery. So yeah, that's where we will go. But for now, I think I'll end this one here, and I will see you next time.